Why contacting aliens will instantly cause extinction. In the dark forest, humanity prepares for an alien fleet 4 centuries away, but the real danger is larger than one invasion. This is how one reluctant astronomer discovers why the universe is silent and turns that terrible answer into Earth's only weapon. By the end of Part 1, physicist Wenjie has lost faith in humanity and used the sun to invite Trisolaris to conquer Earth. Wang Miao and Detective Da, she exposed the ETO, but recovered records show the invasion is already beyond human reach. The fleet is 4 centuries away. Sophons are already here, watching Earth and sabotaging fundamental physics. Humanity has time, but every visible defense plan is exposed. Before her death, Ye gives Luo Ji 2 axioms for a new field she calls cosmic sociology. Survival is every civilization's first need. Civilizations keep expanding, while the matter and resources of the universe remain finite. She leaves Luo to find the consequence. Luo Ji seems like an absurd savior, an unambitious astronomer who avoids responsibility and treats life as a series of temporary pleasures. Yet Trisolaris singles him out. Of every human alive, he is the one person its agents are ordered to kill. Sophons can see a laboratory and record a conversation, but they cannot enter an unspoken human thought. That small limit becomes humanity's only strategic advantage. A person may perform one plan in public while privately pursuing another purpose the enemy cannot verify. The United Nations names 4 men as Wallfacers: former American Defense Secretary Frederick Tyler, former Venezuelan President Manuel Ray Diaz, British neuroscientist Bill Hines, and the unknown Luo Ji. They may command armies, redirect research, and waste resources without explanation. Their true plans must live entirely inside their minds, where Sophons cannot follow. Luo refuses the title, but refusal changes nothing. She repeatedly pulls him away from assassination attempts and makes the pattern impossible to ignore. Trisolaris does not fear the Wallfacer project in general. It fears the unfinished idea Ye placed inside Luo alone. Instead of confronting that idea, Luo uses his power to disappear. He demands an isolated house beside a mountain lake, rare wine, and a life untouched by the crisis. It looks like strategy only because nobody can prove it is simple avoidance. She finds Zhang Yan, the woman Luo imagined, and the refuge becomes a family home. They marry and have a daughter. For the first time, the future is not an abstraction Luo can shrug away. It contains people whose existence depends on him. The state ends the retreat by sending Zhang Yan and their daughter into hibernation. Luo can see them again only in a future humanity survives to reach. Love, used as pressure, does what authority could not. It forces him back to Ye's axioms. Luo chooses a distant star and broadcasts its exact coordinates through the sun, which amplifies the signal into deep space. He calls it a spell because nobody yet understands what it will summon. The message attacks nothing. It merely tells the universe where to look. If Ye's axioms imply what Luo suspects, an answer may take generations. He enters hibernation carrying no conventional battle plan, only an experiment. The other 3 Wallfacers stay awake and build enormous programs designed to look like one strategy while serving another. Frederick Tyler builds a swarm of small human warships and disguises their purpose as betrayal. His hidden idea is to have them appear to defect to Trisolaris, approach as allies carrying water, and then launch a suicidal strike at point-blank range. Humanity's apparent surrender would become the weapon. Manuel Ray Diaz demands a vast arsenal of stellar hydrogen bombs. His real target is Mercury. Drive the planet into the sun and begin a chain reaction that could destroy the entire solar system. Trisolaris might win the invasion, but there would be no surviving world to claim. It is deterrence through mutual annihilation. Hines develops the mental seal, a machine that can implant absolute conviction. Publicly, it will create soldiers certain of victory. Secretly, Hines reverses the signal and plants certainty of defeat, hoping future humans will abandon an unwinnable battle and escape among the stars. His wife, Keiko Yamasuki, is the wallbreaker who discovers the reversal. Trisolaris gives Tyler, Ray Diaz, and Hines a human wallbreaker. By studying actions instead of thoughts, each one reconstructs a secret plan. Tyler is broken by exposure. Ray Diaz's threat turns humanity against him. Hines's program survives in uncertain fragments, but its purpose is known. Luo receives no wallbreaker because Trisolaris cannot risk letting another human understand why it fears him. A second strategist works without the Wallfacer title. Naval officer Zhang Beihai publicly insists humanity will win, condemning defeatism with perfect discipline. Privately, he believes the opposite. His confidence is camouflage for a plan that requires future generations to build ships capable of escape. Zhang quietly removes leaders who would block radiation drive research and steers the Space Force toward engines fast enough for interstellar flight. He cannot save everyone, and he cannot admit his aim. He prepares an ark while appearing to build a sword. While Luo sleeps, humanity nearly destroys itself trying to prepare for war. The Great Ravine brings ecological collapse, hunger, and mass death. Recovery comes only after survival takes priority over the impossible military schedule. Centuries later, the trauma has become history, and confidence returns. Luo wakes beneath enormous underground cities grown like luminous forests. Technology feels miraculous. Humanity has endured the Great Ravine, rebuilt civilization, and assembled a space fleet beyond anything the old world imagined. Most people now treat victory over Trisolaris as inevitable. More than 1,000 human warships form a magnificent array to receive the first Trisolaran probe. The object is only a few meters long, a seamless, mirror-bright droplet with perfect curvature. Its beauty encourages the fleet to mistake technological incomprehensibility for peaceful intention. Zhang Beihai does not share that confidence. He seizes the warship natural selection, locks its course toward deep space, and accelerates away from Earth. Pursuit ships follow. The officer who preached victory has finally revealed the escape plan hidden beneath his entire career. Physicist Dingyi approaches the droplet during the fleet's inspection. Its surface reflects the stars without a flaw. He realizes the material is held together by forces humanity cannot reproduce or break. The probe is not fragile, and the fleet is not meeting an equal. Then the droplet moves. It accelerates through one warship, turns, and enters the next. Hulls burst in sequence as the probe draws a precise line through the formation. 2 centuries of optimism become wreckage in less than an hour. Almost the entire fleet is destroyed. Earth falls into panic because the loss is larger than ships. It proves that ordinary technological progress never closed the gap. Trisolaris has not arrived, yet one probe has ended humanity's belief in military victory. Far from Earth, the escaping ships face a quieter version of the same crisis. Fuel, spare parts, and habitable worlds are limited. No crew can know whether another ship will cooperate tomorrow. To survive, they attack first, human hunters learning the logic of the dark. Amid the catastrophe, astronomers discover that Luo's test star is gone. Something in the universe received its coordinates and destroyed it without warning. The spell was not superstition. Luo had announced a location, and an unknown civilization answered with extinction. Luo finally names the pattern. The universe is a dark forest, and every civilization is an armed hunter moving silently between the trees. Revealing yourself creates a risk no distant stranger can safely ignore, because survival must come before trust. Distance makes honest communication slow. No civilization can prove that another is harmless. or know whether weaker technology will suddenly leap ahead. Waiting for certainty may mean dying first, so even peaceful societies inherit an incentive to erase any world whose position becomes known. This is why Trisolaris feared Luo Ji. Ye had given him the premises, and the destroyed star supplied the proof. Sophons watch him more closely, while a droplet races to block the sun, the amplifier that could expose Trisolaris to every hidden hunter. Luo returns to Wallfacer authority and surrounds the sun with engineered clouds of oil film dust. Publicly, the Snow Project is an expensive failure. Privately, the clouds can flash in a deliberate pattern, encoding coordinates in light bright enough for distant telescopes to see. 3 years later, Luo is dismissed, mocked, and nearly forgotten. He returns alone to Wenjie's grave, the place where the idea began. The world sees a failed Wallfacer with a pistol. Trisolaris sees the last person who can make the universe look toward them. Luo tells the Sophons that the device strapped to his body is a dead man's switch. If his heart stops, the dust clouds will broadcast Trisolaris's coordinates. Because Earth is nearby, the signal may condemn both civilizations. His weapon is credible only if he will accept that cost. He places the pistol against his chest and gives Trisolaris a choice: divert the probes, abandon the invasion and negotiate, or let one dying man expose both worlds. For the first time, the aliens cannot calculate around human weakness. Luo is willing to pull the trigger. Trisolaris yields. The probes turn away, the fleet changes course, and the blockade on human science begins to loosen. Earth has not defeated the enemy with greater power. It has created mutual vulnerability, the same cold balance that keeps hunters from firing. Zhang Yan and their daughter are awakened, and Luo finally reaches the future he was forced to earn. The reunion does not make the universe safe. It reveals what Deterrence has protected: the fragile human things that cosmic strategy reduces to coordinates, leverage, and acceptable loss. So cosmic silence is a warning but not a verdict. In Cixine's dark forest, trust cannot cross the distance between stars, yet love survives inside that distance. Earth lives because Luo makes fear mutual, and because, for one uneasy moment, neither hunter fires.